my truck. Hey YouTube, Dale and Tug again here at Wax On, Wax Off Pro Auto Detailing. Yeah, I messed up. I'm fired. Pro Auto Detailing here in Hanover, Pennsylvania, with a video about interior coatings. Now, this is something I have no idea what these things even are, how they work, which is why I come and talk to him. So why don't you tell us, what is this stuff?
So Optimum obviously I think is the standard in coatings to begin with. So ceramic coatings for the exterior, then they have coating for the chrome bumpers and glass and tires and plastic, headlights. Yeah. And those are different than this. This is like an acrylic and a resin, and it is applied similarly to the interior as the coatings are for the exterior. So obviously you have to clean the surface first, and so what it does for the inside is it creates a permanent barrier, hydrophobic. If you get color transfer on this coating, it wipes right off with a dampened towel. It prevents staining.
UV protection, all that kind
UV protection. So basically, when you coat your dashboard, your door panels, your steering wheel, your leather seats, your vinyl seats, plastic, it is going to stop the aging process. So, obviously the sun comes through and hits.
So your blacks stay black, they don't go gray, gray stay gray, tan stays tan.
It's easier to clean.
Scuff marks or anything? I know you can't do anything about gouges, but like...
cuts and gouges, obviously, anything that's going to puncture the surface.
But like the people that, like me, who have, black work boots and I kick my door open, I get,
Yeah, it'll come off. You'll still get scuffs. Right. It's still going to leave a mark, but and nothing is... even an army tank can be consumed by nature.
Right.
So if thick steel can be dissolved and eventually turn to dust, but if you kick, you scuff it, it wipes right off. It's a permanent coating. It's guaranteed for 5 years, but of course it lasts much longer than that.
The goal is, like with all of Optimum's product, it makes it easier to clean and last longer.
Right. And
that's basically what it boils down to.
Right. If you coat your interiors early, you obviously prevent having to restore some things, and it costs less than having to. To have a seat restored, it's probably right around $100 a seat, give or take. And with this, with the interior coating, OptiGuard, you won't need to do restoration. You just do regular maintenance. So it simplifies the cleaning process. So if you do happen to need restoration, obviously restore it to new. Hit the reset button, start over, and then you can coat it.
Yeah, like this with my truck. It's actually a 2014. It's got pretty much every coating Optimum has except for the headlight and now the interior. But the inside, I'm second owner on it. It's a 5-year-old truck, and it's a black interior. It's starting to show a little bit of age. It's not as black as it gets more kind of that blackish gray. Yeah. And no matter how many times you wipe it down and clean it, just kind of stays that way. So we might be looking at restoring it, and we might make a video on that and see how it turns out. Is there anything else that Optimum does on the inside as far as they're like a carpet coating? Or?
Yeah, so there's Fabric Guard. So obviously if you have fabric seats or carpets or floor mats, it's a spray, and that's supposed to be permanent too, so it creates a hydrophobic barrier. Now your floor mats, especially if you have like Mazda black mats, are still going to get dirt in there, but you shouldn't have to.
And if your wife's wearing heels and driving with them, and
you're going to get
that hole,
dents and holes in them. You unfortunately can't rotate your mats. That would be cool if you could. Like a Rubik's Cube mat, you can reposition for the other side.
That's nice. Hey, car manufacturers, there you go. Make reversible floor mats.
$300 a mat. Yeah. Obviously, you're going to get dirt that's going to get shoved in there, but you shouldn't have to do any kind of shampooing. You can use an extractor. I would avoid using cleaners at all possible. You shouldn't have to use cleaners. It prevents stains. It creates hydrophobic. So basically, it's like putting down WeatherTech mats without the WeatherTech mat. I personally...
Chemically putting them down, basically.
Yes. I don't like the look of non-factory mats, even if they're custom. That's just me.
Now, if you do, that's your choice. We're not judging you. I actually like the WeatherTechs. And, with my truck, when we go camping and, all the stuff I do, I just pulled them out here and they were brown. I have black mats and they were brown with all the crap that was in them. Now they look, brand new. But That's your personal choice. There's some people that just don't like them.
Right. Now, what I found with those WeatherTechs, now you take care of your truck. You pull them out and you vacuum. I'll get a car in here that had WeatherTech, and there's just as much dirt under them because it's literally, they think, well, I've got WeatherTechs in here. They come up the side, but dirt somehow still finds its way around, and then it ends up getting ground in and just smushed, and it actually does more. It like cuts lines into the carpet that I now can't get out. Now, sure, that center where the mat is, it looks really good, but then that border, that perimeter, and just outside the perimeter,
it's all crusted up.
It's destroyed. So
I pull my mats out maybe once a month.
Pull them out, and you can't really. And they're so hard, you can't really bend them, and you got to take them out.
Yeah, I got my method works for me. The rear one's the one that's hard. But what I kind of do is like I'll just take a brush to the back one and kind of sweep everything off the top and then pull it out.
Yeah.
The driver's one, which gets the dirtiest, I can actually fold that one kind of up like a taco and bring that one out. And then I just brush the carpet underneath. We vacuumed this. That's probably the first time it's been vacuumed in 3 months.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
It's
cargo mats.
Cargo mats.
Cargo mats would be the best, especially I got a Mazda 3, and I mean you haul anything in there. If you happen to put a dog in there or something, which I don't recommend, but you got to take them to the vet. You got a mat down the back because you're not really going to get dirt under that mat because you don't put your feet on it.
But also some of the factory, my personal opinion, you have to really look at the factory like all weather mats. We got those for my wife's car because it was so new. They didn't have WeatherTechs for them. They didn't have the Huskies for them or anything. It was all you had was the factory choice. Sorry, that was my text message. We'll edit that part out. Hold on. So all right. Take 2. So, you have to be careful when you deal with factory floor mats. We got the ones for my wife for her car because it's all that was on the market. It was such a new car. They didn't have WeatherTechs or Huskies for her car.
Yeah.
The problem is, where mine, with the WeatherTechs, they go all the way up behind the pedals. Hers stop.
Right.
So I get this little line of just dirt, and I remember when she hit and then got out and walked through a mud puddle, and I got in there and I looked at, and she's like, can you clean my car because that's what I'm good for in my family. Love you, babe. So I look under there and it's like all the mud is in the line, and I pull the mat out, and it was pristine carpet underneath except for this one line of mud, and I spent probably 40 minutes getting all, because it was dried and ground, and I had to brush, and then I had to steam, and then I had to extract, and it was just it was tedious. So.
You ever extract it?
I had the
like one of those Bissell things.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's
I don't not one of those. But,
yeah,
I didn't know you well enough yet to bring it in. I did, but I was like,
it's 10 gallon.
Yeah, that wouldn't even fit in my garage.
No. So, from a consumer, you're not a professional detailer. Would an interior coating be something that you would pay for? I'm just trying to get an idea from the general customer. Let's say $500 to $1,000.
I'm biased because I would because I want to get max resale value from my vehicle. I mean, it's at one time this was a $70,000 truck. I didn't pay that for it, but somebody did, and they kept it in good shape, and I'm very fortunate to be a second owner on it. But when I turn this in 5-10 years from now, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna run like this. It might have 200,000 miles on it, but it's still going to be a decent truck. It's not going to be some of these cars that we see going into dealerships. They're just, they're just absolute crap. That's my person. The general public, if it's their dream car, if it's that, like one of the guys I work with, he wants that, Hellcat, Charger.
He's probably not going to drive it.
But he still wants it to look good and take it around to those coffee and cars kind of thing. Those are the kind of people that I think would go for that. Or somebody just really wants to take care of their car. And I think that's how you have to sell it. It's like, how you approach it like, what do you want this car to look like, in 10 years? Is it going to be, it's not my problem and I'm just going to get a new one? Or, hey, this is something, that I'd like to pass down to my kids, even your daily driver.
So for me, preservation is high on the priority list, And some people, preservation is the only thing on their priority list. For me, it shares number one spot.
Mm-hmm.
Number two spot in the only things on my priority list as far as cars go is staying clean.
Mm-hmm.
You can do both. You can do one without the other. So I think where the coating comes in is you can both preserve and help to keep it clean. You don't have to do any deep cleaning, which the coating will pay for itself over time.
And the people you market this kind of thing to is those busy moms and dads on the go that that they have no time to clean their vehicle, and it gets trashed, and there's Cheerios everywhere or whatever.
Yeah.
Who knows what kind of crazy stain or whatever. That's who you market this stuff to.
Right.
And say, hey, this is going to make your life that much easier.
Now, I like the cars that guys have that I would call garage queens that never leave. But generally, those people they're not the masses. That's not
they're
the
the
majority that's
exception.
going to call me. Because a guy that has a garage queen car, he can't justify, let's say, a $2,500 hit for exterior and interior coating. Depending on the vehicle, because it never leaves the garage. Well, then I don't understand you have a car that you don't drive, but that's just me. But I like the cars that get used because that's why I sell wash kits. People are going to appreciate it once they actually go to clean it. All you need is a O&R day of how you clean it down.
This kind of thing is when the people come and say, oh, can you stain guard my interior? Well, I can do better than that. I'm going to stain guard what do you charge for stain guard? But $250, $300, depending on the size of the vehicle. I say for double that price, you'll never have to worry about anything,
right?
Except vacuuming it out.
I may, if you're going to do it right and do it early.
Yep.
Eventually, you're going to buy a new car. I've had a lot of people that I've talked to a year ago or more, and they're finally now coming in, and they've got rid of that car they had when they were here the first time. They got a new one, bang, they get a coating. So, and I try to be careful as a detailer to not throw everything at once, everything I'll offer and just overload someone. I need interior coating extra $5,000, and then people are like scratching their head. I don't know what they don't. That's why education is important. So, honestly, an exterior and an interior coating, it's money up front, but they will pay for themselves because you're preventing work that would have to be done but isn't because it's been coated, and there's now a barrier that's much better than the factory, whether inside or out, to stop those issues from happening.
I'm all out of questions.
Yeah.
I just realized though that your truck, your truck and my car, my truck and your car are the same color.
They are. I always thought yours was a little bit lighter, but apparently it's not.
It was before we coated it.
I guess so.
But
that's a Pro Plus for you.
Yeah. So, well, that's it for us today. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and ring that little notification bell for the new videos that come out. And it is holiday season, so wishing everybody happy holidays. We'll see you later.
See ya.
I gotta take my drink.
Get to the chopper. Oh, you got Mountain Dew this time.